Hey gang, hello and welcome back to the Novice Lumberjack, where I have an Echo 590 muffler. Now this is the old one that I have, and I should have cut it open, but I jumped the gun like a lot of people do and get too far ahead of myself. But I'm wanting to do a muffler mod on that Echo 590 there, and I started messing with the muffler. I had no idea how complicated these mufflers are. It's absurd. It's stupid how complicated they are. So normally, you just open it up, you drill a hole, stuff like that. Well, I can't find much on muffler mods for these machines because that's my sheep out there baaing at me. Bah, bah. All right. Thank you. Anyways, there's not much on them because they're terribly difficult to do a muffler mod to, or at least a good one. I mean, there's some people that's cut out the top bits and stuff. Hold on, let me show you that. Okay, so this is what most people do. You have this top bit right here, this little deflector shield. They take it off. It comes off easy, right? And there's the screen. Oh, and then you take that out. Then you have this right here. You go, what in the world? There's a tube, all right? And you can look here and you can see the tube in there. And you're like, well, I mean, it's still got to go through that tube, and cutting out that tube is not an easy one-step job. You have to cut it all out like this, and then you've got to figure out how to actually cut that tube down in there. And anyways, it requires a good amount of tools and stuff. And then this one right here, right? You got to cut this portion out as well. You decide then whether or not you're going to leave the screen in or take it out. But and so really what you're ending up getting is a truly half-assed muffler mod. It just doesn't. You can tell, I mean, you can't cut that tube off all the way, and even if you did, you don't have a good solid wall there that the exhaust is hitting. You get a mesh, there's holes over there and stuff. So, curiosity got the better of me. I tried to take that muffler apart, and I was trying hard. And usually I can figure this out, but the way that this muffler is made, let me show you again. You can't tell where one seam ends and the other begins. I tried bending this seam right here over, and usually you can tell that it has been press fit sort of, and kind of like a Campbell's soup can. It's been just kind of put together, and then this seam is rolled over, and it's what holds it in place and stuff. I drilled these out, both sides, and I did all kinds of stuff, and I could not get this can apart. This is the can that I was working with. All right, you can see where I tried drilling those out multiple places, and that kind of came loose, but this still wouldn't come loose altogether. So I got the Sawzall and I hacked it open. Check this out. Voila! So this is that tube right here. So all of your exhaust fumes, they come in the back here, and they have to filter through these holes. Whenever they filter through those holes, they then go backwards and up at like about a 45-degree angle, roughly, up, and then they come out the top. Whenever they come out the top, they have to go through that screen, and then they hit that deflector, and where's the deflector? There we go. So remember, it goes through the screen, then it hits the deflector, and it's forced to go backwards, and then it hits the top of the deflector and it goes out. So this muffler is nothing if not very restrictive. So, I dropped my phone. I can only imagine that a good muffler mod, not a cheesy muffler mod. Hey, no offense to anybody out there that's doing the cheesy muffler mods. Anything's better than nothing, right? And you know, but I'm looking to do something better than that. And ultimately, I'll definitely build a pipe for this saw. Definitely. But it sounds corny, but I feel like I owe it to my audience to do a proper muffler mod on this and see how much of a difference it makes. Because, man, that's restrictive. And still, for the life of me, I cannot figure out how they got all this together. Is it brazed? It's not welded. It's almost as if it's glued. There's no braze marks or anything. But like, this piece of metal is a different piece of metal than what goes around it. But I can't, I've heated it up to red hot, and it won't come loose. It's got like a copper type of appearance to it. You see that? Anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this mess out. Just cut it out. And then weld this back together. Bada bing, bada boom. Then put the, you know, of course, all that mess will be cut out as well. And then put it back together. But that's got a big job, and that's going to be a big job, and I've got other things to do. And so I'll probably tackle that tomorrow. Something. We'll see. And sadly, I'll do it on this older pipe. I hate that. I picked the wrong pipe to tear apart, or the wrong muffler to tear apart. I should have tore apart the other one. No, this one. Tore apart this one. And then figured out what to do. And then tore apart the other one. Because the other one's newer. This one's got dings in it. But whatever. Who cares? Ultimately, what I am looking to do with this saw, I'm looking to make as many simple modifications as I can before I do anything crazy. And I may never do anything crazy, but whatever. That's just me. I'm sorry if I'm looking weird. Look at my hair. I look like Conan O'Brien. I just got back from a long road trip. I just went to Mississippi with my son. And I saw my granddaughter for the first time. It's a weird situation. Teen pregnancy. 3 states away. 2 states away. Anyways, lovely little girl though. And I'm happy to be called Big Papa. Alright. I guess that's enough for this video. We will touch back on this. I won't leave you hanging. And I will actually go further with this. I already did the the carburetor mod where I removed the limiter caps and was able to fully adjust that carb. Immediately I could actually tune that carb and it idle properly and throttle up properly. I am going to try. I got the idea from Tin Man. I love it whenever it's my own idea, but it's not always. But I got the idea from Tin Man that, you know, the main jet for the high side, the high jet for these carburetors has this odd, it won't allow it. It's like a carburetor with a rev limiter built into it. Even though the coil has a rev limiter. Why they felt like they needed to do both of it, I don't know. But that high jet has like an extra hole in the bottom of it. I'm going to plug that shit off and see if it makes a difference. And but anyways, yeah, there you go. I might get to it tomorrow. I don't know. But one thing's for sure, this muffler mod, as well as the carburetor mod and all of that, those videos will come soon on this saw within the next 2 weeks because I'm excited about it. I like it. And it's really good. I mean, if you're thinking about pulling the trigger on a 590, Tim, I know you are. Do it, because it's getting that saw for $200. I don't care how much better a Steel 361 is or a Husqvarna 562. That damn thing's a good saw. I'm really liking it, and the more I use it, because whenever I got it, it wasn't broken in at all. Still had the old gas in it even. Well, I finally ran that out, and I'm on fresh gas and stuff like that. I know a lot of you guys were like, well, why didn't you dump the... I'm doing a lot of different saws here, guys. And you know what? I don't care. It was running, and it was running good. I'll run out that old fuel. I don't care. But anyways, yeah, it's a fun saw. I like it. The only thing that I don't like is the bar mount. Just because it's like, pick a side. Don't be halfway Husqvarna. Either just pick a mount that is either the old Poland mount, which I from what I understand, the small Echoes are basically the old Poland mount, basically. But anyways, this one you cannot make a Husqvarna. You cannot make a Husqvarna small mount bar adapt to this. The bar itself is not big enough to reach the oil valley. So, yeah. So it's weird. With this saw, you have the bar studs of the small mount, or it seems to be, but the oil valley is way high, and so the bar needs to be a lot wider. Anyways, I've rambled enough. Now you've seen the insides of a Echo 590 muffler. And we'll see what I come up with that. And of course, there'll be a video. See you guys.